So for these pathways, this one was not, you didn't have to do that one. So what I will do is I will show you the key because it takes a long time if you do this by hand, right? So if you use the formula method, you should get 30. Okay, so basically, I think what you need to remember is if you get to this bottleneck, whatever number you have there goes 15, 15, you add that up, you get 30, right? So this one I won't spend too much time on, but 30 is your answer. If you got 30, you get 2 out of 2. Okay, so let's make that one worth 2. Then we had this one here. I'll do C next. I already got it started. You're supposed to get 6,300 ways if you did that right. And so the way it goes is I started counting already up to here. Okay, so if you're using the counting method, transfer the 70s over like that. You keep adding. 70 and 70 is 140. This is 210. This is 210. And it gets kind of tight, right? 420 is happening right at this corner. You transfer the 420s over. It's going to be really tight here for me to get this in, but we'll see how it works. Okay. Let's see if I can zoom into that. And so this would be 640, and then this would be 960. And I need a calculator now, otherwise I know I'm going to make a mistake. This would be 1,380. You add 420 to that, you get 1,800 here at that corner. You go back to this part here, 640 plus 420, that's 1,060 here. You add 960 to it, that's 2,020. You add 1,380 to it, that's 3,400. You add the 1,800 to it, 5,200. Did I make a mistake? I don't know. You tell me, Mr. Erickson. And that's why I don't like counting. Counting method is dangerous. Let's backtrack. Do we have 70 to here? Can I get like an approval? Nodding your heads, yeah? We got 70. So let's see. 70, 70, 140. 140 and 70, that's 210. 210, 420. I think that's... Did anybody go to 420? Did we get to 420? Yeah? Okay. 420 and 420. Oh, that's 840. Ay, ay, ay. That's why it's probably not a bad idea to do it both ways, right? This is 840. That's what caused the issue. So that's 1260 here. That's 1680. That's 2,100 at this intersection here. Technically, that number goes there, right? And then 840 plus 420 again. That's 1260. Basically, add these two together, you get 2520. You add the 1680 to it, you have 4200. Now we're talking, right? Plus the 2100, 6300. Okay, that's what you wanted. So if you use the counting method, that's fine. Jamie, I'm going to pick on you. You did this separately, you got 70, right? And then you did this separately, and you got 6. And you did this separately, and you got 15, right? And what did you do with these 3 numbers? You added them, but you were so close, okay? So, you know what? I learned something, like, I think that's another strategy. If you want to do each box individually, counting, as long as you know you have to multiply them, you still get the 6,300. So, Jamie, out of 3, you would still get 2, okay? In your case, I'm picking on Jamie because I looked at, so this is worth 3 marks regardless of how you did it. If you didn't multiply, I would go -1 right away. It's 2 out of the 3. If I see these 3 numbers, that would be a 2 out of 3. But bottleneck, it's from here to here and from here to here and from here to here. There is no or in there. You have to travel that way for sure. I'll say this, if there's multiple boxes, guys, there's gonna be an and. There's gonna be multiplication, because you have to go through it and continue, okay? Next, let's do this one here. Let's do B. So I did the formula method already, so I put 2 dots here, and I gave it a letter. I like, if I'm using the formula, I would like a letter there for myself. So I'm going from A to C, and then from C to B. That's route number, that's 1. Or I'm going from A to D, and from D to B. Okay, so that's where the or comes in. You add your answers, but you multiply. And I hole punch this out. What is this? 2 here? There's supposed to be a 2, so it's 5 factorial. And then it's 2, 3, right, at the bottom. Then it's 6 factorial at the top, and then it's 3 and 3, right? If I crunch these numbers down, I get 10 and 20. I get 200 ways if I go through C. Or I can go from A to D, which is 5 factorial, 3, 2 at the bottom, right? And then from D to B, it's 6, 2 sideways, 4 vertical. 2 horizontal, 4 vertical. If I clean that up, by the way, go borrow numbers. Like, I don't know if you, this one right here, I recognized it from the previous question. So I'm like, why would I redo the whole thing, right? So try to do that if you see it. And so it's 350. I'm not going to do the adding because I've done one and I almost lost. I got more gray hair. Or do you want me to do the counting? Do the counting? Guntas is saying yes. So I promise I won't mess this up. I promise. Sure, sure. 4, 10, 20. The 10 gets transferred. I can do smaller boxes, but when it gets to the bigger ones, 20 and 10 is 30, 40, 30. How am I doing? 100. This is 80, 140, 240, 90, 230. I made a mistake, I know. I'm trying to figure out what it is. 20, 30, 40. 10 and 20 is 30. 30 and 30 is 60. 100. 130, that's 40. Make sure you write properly. 200. And then this is 10 and 40 is 50. 150, 350. There we go. I need somebody to give me a high five. That's it. Okay. 350. All right. So it can be done. I'm just showing you how not to do it sometimes, right? To be careful. It's like a little silly mistake, right? I will make those boxes bigger on a quiz or test. So if you want to write in it, of course, I'm going to make it a lot bigger than that, twice the size probably, so you can actually write in there, okay? Because it's not fair if it's that small. Okay, anyways, I hope after today you kind of have an idea of how to do that. Let's do this one here. Mathematics, I hope that we didn't deal with identicals before, guys. We started this week, okay? So at this point, you've got n is equal to 11. You've got 2 a's. You've got 2 m's. You've got 2 t's. That's all I got. You good? Okay. So no restrictions. It doesn't matter. It just means like we don't care if the first one is an m or n or whatever. We don't care. But it's still 11 factorial over 2, 2, 2. Okay? That would be 4,989,600. 1 mark. Oh, I didn't do the marks for the previous one. I'll come back to it. So what I will do here is I'll make it worth 2. So if you only did 11 factorial, you get 1 out of 2 today. You're kind of getting there. You recognize it's 11 factorial, that you limited supply. You can't just go 11, 11, 11, right? You can't do that. Must start with an I. Is I one of the repeats? It's not, so I'm not too worried about it. So the first is a 1, right? I. And then how many are left? 10, right? 10 factorial to do the remaining. I still have to divide by the repeats. That doesn't change. So my answer there is 453,600. I will also give you 2 marks there. I hope you didn't forget to divide by the 222. Must start with an S or a C. Again, none of them are repeats, right? So I don't need to worry about the bottom or break it down into cases. I will do this way over here. So that would be S or C at the beginning would be 2 options to start me off. What is the next number? Mr. Dirksen, it's 11 minus 2, it's 9. Nope, it's 10. It's still 10. Because you can start with an S. That's you pick one of the 2, right, to get you started, and then you still have 10 remaining. So this is kind of like breaking it down into 2 branches, S or C, but you only pick one of those 2 at a time. Divided by 2 factorial, 2 factorial, 2 factorial. This would be 907,200. Are we good, or is that number off? Oops. So 2, this is the S or the C. And then it's still 10 factorial, not 9. If you put a 9 there, let's go minus 1, okay? So make this worth 2 as well. All vowels together. Do you remember this one? When things have to stand side by side, okay? I can't do this one without the slots. I'm not that smart, okay? So I will show you how I would do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Make sure you count. 3, 6, 9, and 2 is 11, okay? Vowels, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm assuming, so we'll first worry about them being together. So 4 factorial, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if you zoom out. So I know it's crowded here. 4 factorial, small group. 8 factorial, zooming out. And what do I need to do yet? Darn it. Darn it. I have to divide by this. Again, also 2 marks. So if you forgot this part, take away a mark. Oh, sorry. D. I meant to say D here. If you forgot to divide by the 2 factorials, take off a mark. You still get 1 mark for doing the top right. And then F, I'm going to tell you if F is causing you some grief, don't worry about those ones too much. Those are like very, very difficult, in my opinion. Like those are not very common. But what happens here, if you start with a vowel, your vowels are what? A, E, I. And the problem with A is that it's a repeat, right? So something happens if you fix the repeat at the front. You cannot just do this in one shot. You have to break it down. So watch what I'm going to do. Cases, right? So I'm going to consider the E and the I. It's starting with E or I, because that one is not a repeat. Yes. Yeah. So you've got 2 to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 left to go, right? So that'd be 10 factorial. So this is what? 2 times 10 factorial divided by 2, 2, 2. You're dividing by all the repeats. Okay? Why 2 to start you off? Because it's E or I. Yes? Yes, I did. Sorry. I'll come back to it. We'll do a U-turn. That was fast. Oh, you had someone bring it. Okay. 2, 10 factorial, 2, 2, 2. Does this make sense here, guys? Like why I'm doing this? Why I'm breaking it? Because now you've got 2 A's. You got to consider that. How am I going to treat this differently? Well, they're both the same, so technically I only have one option to start, not two. Then the rest here is 10 factorial. And this is how this is going to change. It's 1 times 10 factorial, and then one of these 2's is going to turn into 1 factorial because, and this is for me, the a's, okay, that I used to have 2 of them, now I only have 1 when I do the 10 factorial piece because 1 is fixed at the front. Again, don't panic over these ones too much. I would like you to follow through with this. But if you do this one here, this one gives you 907,200. And this one gives you, 1 second here. I didn't do this one yet. This is 10 factorial divided by 4 basically. I guess, yeah, it makes sense because one of the 2's is, that's exactly the same. So this is one of the cases that you probably would have gotten the right answer if you missed it. If you missed it, you still get the right answer. So now we add them up. So you get 1,814,400. I made that a bonus, right? I did make this a bonus, so we'll call this a bonus. If you didn't get it, you don't lose marks, but if you did get it, you get 2 bonus marks. I will expect you to know how to do this on a quiz or test, but for now, don't worry about it too much. And I skipped E. I'm going to do E right now. Are we ready for E? I'll do it on the back side. So all the M's are together, all the A's are together. Let's go to the back here. I will at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so the M's are together and the A's are together. So you've got 2 groups basically together. So this is 2 factorial, 2 factorial. And then I count zoom out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 factorial. Okay, so we're almost there. You think, oh yeah, I got this. Look, I'm going to ace this one. But remember, the repeats have to be divided out. Okay, so you got to have that one. So 1 mark for the top, 1 mark for the bottom. This, watch this. If you have multiplication, you can cancel these out. So it's really 9 factorial over 2 factorial, which is, where are you? 181,440. That is your answer for E. Okay? So let's do the math here, okay? So basically, for question 2, everything is worth 2 marks, except for F. F is a bonus, right? So what is number 2 out of? Let me just do the math here real quick. If everything is worth 2, then it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So question 2 is worth 10 marks. And I'll go back to question 1 because I forgot to assign marks to B. So let's go to this one. I will give this one 4 marks because the OR, in my opinion, is like has an extra layer. Okay, so 4 marks for getting the 350, 3 marks for C, and 2 marks for A. So that makes it 9. 9 and 10, right? Nine and 10, that's 19. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so if you could put your name and last name on there. And then have your booklets ready for the next part, okay? Can you, they're all here? And I'm just letting you know, if, especially this unit, if you feel like you need a bit of time in this class at lunch and you need to work on it and then ask me questions on the side, feel free to do that anytime, okay? Because I know this one is a little frustrating, I know that. But you need to, and maybe this course, I don't like it either that much. I try my best to convey the message, but this is maybe one of those courses that will teach you how to face adversity, okay? You're gonna have a course or 2 or 10 if you go to university that you're not gonna like, okay? But you're gonna persevere and just keep going. Don't give up, okay? In terms of, I was gonna start something new today, but I'm just gonna leave it at this for now, okay? We're just gonna take a pause here. I'm gonna ask you to take home 1 AC and do it. You can have the rest of the class do it over the weekend. And I hope that it will help you go back in your notes and see, do I know how to do these basic things that we've done, like passwords,